Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the Algebra 1 concept of writing inequalities from verbal descriptions. This is standard A.2H in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 12, which is a new item type called drag and drop from the 2023 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we've got this drag and drop here, and so you'll notice that not every single item can be placed in every single box, right? So we've got that inequality that can only be placed in the third box, so there are some restrictions there. And if you were to try to answer this with only one box, two boxes, or even three boxes filled, it's going to give you an error message. You need to fill in all four boxes. This is worth 2 points. So let's, now that we've played around with that just a little bit, let's see what we're doing here. We've got a customer ordering hats and t-shirts. So hats are $7, t-shirts are $10, and then we all love the free shipping, right? But there's usually a minimum order. So free shipping comes when you have at least $100 worth of items. So we need to write an inequality. So look at that right there. This inequality right there gives us a first clue that you know what we're not going to use? We're not going to use the equal sign. If we wanted an equation, we would write an equation, and that means we would use the equal sign. But since we're not writing an equation, we're writing an inequality, we can just get rid of that equal sign. So that's good. We've already eliminated one thing. We're going to write an inequality that represents all the possible combinations of hats. Okay, so our hats and our t-shirts, we need to qualify for free shipping. Okay, they told us in the sentence above what that is, but they didn't necessarily give it to us here. We need to move the correct answer into each box, and not all answers will be used. All right, so they went ahead and placed the x and the y for us. All right, so there's your x, there's your y. What we're missing here, we're going to call these our coefficients. So our coefficients are the numbers that we are multiplying by our variables. Okay? So what are our options? Well, we've got hats, right? Let's draw some hats, $7 each. Let's draw some t-shirts. Those are $10 each. Okay? What I need is I want to get something that's over $100. So over 100, I'm going to take this to mean greater than 100. Well, because I want the free shipping. If I just get a hat and a t-shirt, that's not going to work, right? So I've got different options, right? I could make this with, I can get 10 t-shirts. That gets me $100. Honestly, that they may or may not count that because they want it to be over 100, not exactly 100, right? You could take maybe like 15 hats, and then you could do a combination of those. They're not asking for how many different combinations there are. What they're asking for is an equation. So what do we know about our hats? Well, the hats, those are our x variable. Our t-shirts, okay, they give us those as our y variable. And we know from both the problem, hats are $7, and we know that we're going to need a coefficient in front of that x, right? That those hats are $7 each. So if I get 2 hats, it's going to be 2 times 7. If I get 10 hats, it's 10 times 7. So that's what that coefficient is going to do for us. We've got our t-shirts, $10 each. So that's our coefficient there because we do need a coefficient in front of the y. And then we are going to, it's just additive, right? So we're just going to add these two. So it looks like we've got it here. Okay? We're going to take 7x over 10y. It needs to be greater because we're looking for something greater than, and then there's that 100. All right, so now all we got to do is drag and drop. So 7x, 10y. We're going to grab that greater than. And they did say that not everything's going to be used. Notice that equal sign is grayed out because we can't use that in the last one. So we've used all our answers, and that is the correct answer.